Hey everybody, Party of Logic coming at you. So this weekend on Sunday, my TikTok channel that was like Party of Logic is here to stay, got banned, which was I find really interesting about it is I had no community guidelines. It literally said, due to violating too many community guidelines, your account has been banned. I had zero. Now I get it. TikTok is their own entity, their own company. They can do whatever they want. I just don't think they should do that. I think I can be frustrated with that and upset with that and angry and sad and all the emotions. Also, sometimes if those of you who aren't familiar with TikTok, it usually gives you a chance to appeal it. And it didn't give me that option to appeal it. So I just find it really interesting. I know that they are really trying to silence conservative people, as are a lot of social medias, right? So I am on Facebook, but it's my personal Facebook. So please follow me on Instagram, on Getter, on Telegram. I do have a Rumble account, but I have not done anything on it. You can find me at Party of Logic. My new TikTok is Party is Here to Stay. And I will just keep making more and more accounts every time that I am banned. I'm completely fine with that. TikTok gave me an outlet for my voice. I was very frustrated during the pandemic. I had a lot of questions. I had a lot of frustration. And I was kind of in a dark place mentally. And I was able to feel better mentally by getting my voice out there. And within 24 hours of starting my new account, I have over 6,000 followers, which is very humbling. And I really appreciate those people who are really loyal. But one thing I want to talk about today is one of the reasons or one of the ways I get talking points on or with the why I do videos on TikTok is people in my comment section. Some people who are negative and some people who are positive. But two things. One of the main reasons why I do TikTok is it was to kind of talk to people who maybe didn't agree with me and kind of so we can have respectful conversations. But I quickly found out that doesn't happen. People who are on TikTok aren't there to have their opinions changed, right? So my voice isn't for those people who think differently than me. I would like to talk to them, but that's usually not what I get. So my account is for people who are like-minded like me. I don't like to surround myself with people who think just like me. I want to have people with different opinions and different walks of life because I find that what makes life interesting, right? And I respect people's opinions as long as they are respectful of mine. But the second thing is somebody wrote in their comment that this was genius. They said, what's really interesting is a group of people, and there's different groups of people, but the groups of people that like to censor people want to say, listen to me, respect my views and my opinions, but they don't do that in return. I find that psychologically fascinating. It's obviously really frustrating and a huge hypocrisy. I don't know if they see their hypocrisy. Either they don't, which I don't know how they don't see their hypocrisy. They literally are saying, listen to me. My opinion is valid. You need to listen to me. But if yours is not like mine, I'm going to censor you and cancel you and you're the enemy. I don't know how you don't see that hypocrisy, but let's say they do. If they do see the hypocrisy, they just don't give a shit then. They just want to silence you because you are not like-minded like them. And I find really interesting is I doubt everybody who's like, let's say there's a group that wants to censor people that don't think like them. I doubt people in that group 100 believe everything that the other person believes, 100% align everything, every thought, every opinion, every philosophy doesn't align 100%. And I think there's a lot of things that you might outwardly think somebody that you disagree with their opinions or thoughts, but actually you might actually agree with them. There's a lot of commonalities. I think we have more alike than different, but people are concentrating on what we have different. And I've said this before, united we stand, divided we fall, and people are looking for division. And part of me is wondering, what do you get out of the division? I mean, honestly, our country isn't stronger because of the division. So why would you want it to be divided? Why isn't it okay for other people to have different opinions and thoughts? Why is that not okay? It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't want to live in an echo chamber. I don't want to be surrounded by people who think exactly like me. My daughter and I had different opinions on abortion. My own daughter. When my husband and I met, I was a Democrat and he was a libertarian, conservative, and we got married. I don't understand now. There are literally people who say, if you voted for Trump, I don't even want to talk to you, like on dating sites. They won't talk to another person if they voted for a certain person. What? Like, I don't care who you worship or who you don't worship. I don't care who you vote for, who you don't vote for. I don't, that doesn't tell me what kind of person you are. And I think everybody is putting so much information on a person on one decision, on one opinion. And that doesn't make who I am. My one philosophy on freedom of speech or the Second Amendment or abortion or capital punishment doesn't define who I am, that one opinion. But that's exactly how they are judging somebody, on one opinion. And I think that's very short-sighted. I think that, what kind of life is that? I find it also interesting, people who are maybe for something, but they support a country that wouldn't be for that. And they obviously haven't done their research, or they're just doing what the social media or the MSM is telling them to do. And I'm like, you're supporting this country, but if you lived in that country, they would kill you for having that opinion. Or that country wouldn't let you have an opinion. They wouldn't let you use your voice like you are in America. And that's where we're in a dangerous place. Like, one of the core things, I mean, probably the biggest thing that makes America what it is its freedom of speech. And that is totally not happening right now. People are not having their freedom of speech. Now, I understand like things like Facebook and Snapchat and Instagram and all these are social medias that are owned by corporations. They're businesses, right? So they can do whatever the heck they want. But we are in America. And I think the fact, like, for example, I'm going to go see Ben Shapiro at Iowa State University this month. And throughout this last couple years, especially during the political climate, there are speakers, specifically conservative speakers, people who lean right, that when they are asked to talk either in a town or at a college university, there's a large population that go and protest them. I'm sorry, what? Like, universities of all places are supposed to be places where people go learn all things on all sides of the spectrum, on all levels, on all places. And you're going to try to censor somebody and shut them up because they don't think like you do. That's a very dangerous place we are in America. That's a slippery slope that I don't know how to, besides using my voice, I don't know what else to do. I don't know how to show these people, like, listen, we don't have to think 100% the same on everything and not get along. We can still get along. There are people in my life that I'm not friends with and I don't hang out with. But when I'm with them and I see them socially, I'm cordial to them. We can get along. That is a attribute or a character trait that is quickly disappearing in America. I feel like we've taken so many steps backwards. So I was born in the 70s and was raised as a teenager in the 80s. And we didn't care what color somebody was or what religion or if a guy wore makeup or fingernail polish. Like, we didn't care. You be you. But now all of a sudden it's a big deal. Like, I don't know how we got here. And I'm trying, by using my voice, trying to get back to, hey, everybody. What I find interesting is there's a population that's like, I want to be me. I want to be me. And I'm like, yeah, you be you. That's fine. But they don't want me to be me. If I don't think just like them, they don't want me. They don't want a part of me. And I'm like, wait a second. I'm fine with you being you. You be you. I'm fine with your opinions. They're your opinions. Why can't you do the same for me? Why can't I have differing opinions? I'm okay with you having a different opinion than me. Why can't I have a different opinion than you? It's so hypocritical. I can't even fathom. I mean, like, people know I was a Democrat. I was a registered Democrat. I caucused for Hillary. And I was a Democrat because I thought they were the party of tolerance and open-mindedness and peace and love. And obviously that's not the case anymore. And somebody made a really good point to me once. They said, they don't tout that anymore. They don't advertise that anymore. They don't say that they're the party of peace and tolerance and acceptance, because they're not. They simply cannot say that anymore. And again, I'm not trying to make anybody a Republican, because I'm not a Republican. I'm just not a Democrat anymore. And I think it's funny when people try to put me in a box. They're like, well, what are you now? Like, I just spoke to a conservative group. They asked me to speak last Saturday. And when I sat down, someone says, well, you don't have to be Republican, but you can call yourself conservative. And I'm like, I'm me. I'm Abigail. Like, I don't have to be a libertarian. I'm independent. My mom wasn't in a sorority in college. My dad was in fraternity, and my mom said she was a GDI. She was a goddamn independent, and that's what I am. I'm a GDI. Stop trying to put me in a box, because what you want to do is then you can decide if you like me or not, or if you accept me or not. I don't care if you accept me or not. My my place on earth does not isn't indicative if you accept me or not. I'm here whether you accept me or not. So I don't care where you think I am or who you think I am. I just want you to be okay with people having other opinions and other thoughts and ideas, because I'm okay with other people having different thoughts and opinions. We've got to get back to that. We've got to get back to having respectful conversations and respecting somebody. And it doesn't mean you like them. It doesn't mean you agree with them. Just we can agree to disagree respectfully and be able to have a conversation. Be like, why do you think that? What makes you think that? What happened in your life, or what education do you have, or what experience do you have that made you come to that conclusion, makes you have that opinion? Why can't we do that? All of a sudden, as soon as somebody says they have a different opinion, you're like, nope, you're dead to me. I'm going to cancel you. I'm going to censor you. I'm going to try to shut you up. What? That makes zero sense. So anyway, I always usually try to do this around 10 minutes. It's about 11 minutes right now, but go and follow me on TikTok. Party is here to stay is where I'm at right now. Of course, if my account gets puts back down, I'll find another account and I'll let you guys know. And on Instagram, Party of Logic, on Getter, on Rumble. I'll try to do more on Rumble because I heard a lot of people you're less censored on there, and on Getter. I also will put, I think in my channel, I have a link to Party of Logic merchandise. I'm going to constantly change that right now. The backs of the shirts say, I survived the winter of death. And every 2 months, I'm going to change what the back of it says. But I've got hoodies, T-shirts, coffee mugs, hats. People asked for it, so I gave them, and I absolutely love them. It's been really fun, and it's been a great way to kind of communicate with other people who I don't want them to be exactly how I think, but it's nice to know that you're not alone, right? And I'm not here to cancel anybody who thinks differently than me. Party of Logic.